Stay strong with the XL brand.
Muscle Russell.
Time check. Courtesy Alive by Nature's Way. Distributed by H&J Enterprises Limited.
Good evening and welcome. You're watching the 7 o'clock news on CNC3. I'm Ria Rambali.
I am Jesse Ramdale.
I'm Jovan Ravello with Sport.
And I'm Jean-Marc Rampasad with your weather.
Let's tell you what's making the news tonight. Cedros residents concerned about impending arrival of U.S. warships to Venezuela.
International relations expert advises government to remain neutral and to focus on de-escalation of tensions. CAL's chief financial officer suspended days after PM's call for urgent reform. Unions demand clarity on the airline's future.
Coming up in sport, Falcons snatch 8-wicket win from Trinbago Knight Riders in North Sound.
Thunderstorms are in the forecast for tomorrow. I'll have the details in tonight's weather report.
The United States has deployed 6 warships to the Caribbean, saying the move targets drug cartels allegedly linked to the Venezuelan government.
And in response, Venezuela's President Nicolas Maduro has called the warship deployment a threat to sovereignty, mobilizing over 4 million militia on standby as tensions increase.
Today, in Trinidad's southwestern peninsula, residents and fisherfolk expressed mixed views about the developments, with some saying they are happy the U.S. has finally started tackling the transatlantic drug trade.
Here's Radhika De Silva and Christian De Silva with more.
Residents of Cedros are divided over reports of United States warships operating in the Caribbean amid rising tensions with Venezuela.
I really like it now because I could bring bacchanal in the zone. You understand? That's a problem.
But while some view the United States as an intruder, others view it as a shield against the drug cartels that threaten Caribbean peace.
I feel good. That's a good idea. Man, when no drugs aren't coming in, man. If it's drugs, that'd be nice. But it's gone. Guns coming in, and you know where it's coming from.
Some who declined to go on camera told us they were already bracing for ramifications.
But I expect the unexpected, you know. Because again, the man say about what they will war, Trinidad what they will get war.
He says drug cartels have taken over Cedros and they felt safer with American warships at sea.
We are no like war system, but I mean America and Navinian because America invest the money here and thing too, you know, so that I Navinian. But for a long time I know, like anything thinking between Trinidad and America coming in.
So far, there is no sign of U.S. warships off the coast, but fears remain high as Venezuela vows to defend its seas, skies and lands against any foreign incursion. Fisherman Donald Dipchan says some fishermen are afraid to venture out to sea.
I as a fisherman, I ain't seen anything like that yet.
When did you go out? And how far
I went yesterday. I working beyond the rig, beyond them oil wells and them out at trimmer there. Yeah, but we ain't seen anything like that.
Are you worried?
I mean, we have to be worried. We must be worried outside there.
He believes the U.S. presence could deter crime, but wants local enforcement to be boosted.
Here we have a little Coast Guard thing here. We run a little pirogue there right there presently. They're running it. I'm doing a little job here, but we have to get a big standby here so that they could base one of the Coast Guard here and use the little boats on them to do the transshipment with the passengers, like the workers and things. Instead they had to run in town to do exchange right through.
For now, life goes on as usual.
Matter man. We ain't taking no precaution on that thing. What happened? Correct?
The residents say they're clinging to the hope that tensions will ease without shattering their peace. Radhika De Silva, CNC3 News.
And as government continues to remain silent on the issue, the Venezuelan government says the perceived threat from the U.S. jeopardizes the peace of the entire region. In a statement sent by its ambassador to this country, Venezuela says it sees this action by the United States as an act of desperation and reveals the U.S.'s lack of credibility and the failure of its policies in the region. Venezuela says since the expulsion of the American Drug Enforcement Agency from its territory in 2005, Venezuela has achieved overwhelming results in the fight against organized crime. And it claims great success in dismantling criminal networks and effective border control. According to the ambassador, Venezuela assures that while Washington threatens, they will advance in peace and sovereignty, and said true crime fighting is achieved by respecting people's independence.
An international relations expert is cautioning government to maintain neutrality as tensions brew in waters off Venezuela following the deployment of a United States naval fleet in the region. Dr. Anthony Gonzalez says while he does not anticipate a direct escalation of the situation, government must be vigilant and resist any overtures that could pull TNT into the fray. His comment comes days after U.S. President Donald Trump deployed military assets to the region to combat narco-terrorism and drug trafficking. Dr. Gonzalez contended that the language among local authorities must be centered on diplomacy.
You have to be very cautious and try not to get involved on one side or the other. You have to try to steer a kind of ship of neutrality, if you want to put it like it, and non-alignment. You maintain good relations with everybody. Try not to be a proxy of anybody. And try as far as possible to get some kind of diplomacy going, some kind of negotiation going between the two parties.
Regional security expert Garvin Hira noted that while the presence of U.S. military vessels in Caribbean waters is not unprecedented, there could be underlying motives at play. He too urged caution.
As it is now, there is a tension in the atmosphere, and we are inching towards a conflict zone, and a conflict zone can have serious repercussions for everyone. So we have to wait and see, and I think at this time engaging in diplomatic conversations and advising with regard to Trinidad and Tobago's posture in readiness should something go in the next direction is also that part of the homework aspect.
Efforts to contact Foreign and CARICOM Affairs Minister Sean Sobers as well as Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar for a comment on the development were unsuccessful up until news time.
And with what's happening, we asked, are you concerned about the presence of U.S. warships in neighboring Venezuelan waters?
Here's what some of you had to say.
The People Say, brought to you by Excel Health TT, the official supplement of the CPL.
Yeah, we could stand being vulnerable as well. They could be looking at us and in their own terms and stuff.
So you are concerned?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, because I believe they should be paying attention to what's going on in their country, and they scanning the perimeter. They might want to question us as well.
No, not so much. Not so much. It's for everyone's protection. So it's fine.
Yes, it's cause for concern because we don't know what really is happening. A lot of things happening that we know nothing about. Yeah, once the warship out there, something cooking.
Yes, I am, because this is very close to Trinidad.
I ain't that concerned. I mean, it's not in Trinidad waters, it's Venezuelan waters. This situation of Venezuela and America going on sometime now, and at certain times it was worse than this. And I think it's nothing to worry about, man.
That would always be a concern because you have vessels carrying destructive power that's basically outside our water. And to be very fair, anything happen in Venezuela, we could also have fallout from that.
The People Say, brought to you by Excel Health TT, the official supplement of the CPL.
Still to come in the news, 80 schools, including 20 primary schools, in need of police intervention.
Team charged with investigating 6-year-old Josha Francois' death gets a 1-week extension.
Coming up in sport, senior women footballers drawn opposite El Salvador, Barbados and Honduras in World Cup qualifiers.
The Spellbound Caravan is coming to you, featuring The Hive of 5. Saturday, August 23rd at Eastgate Mall, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Get ready to experience our thrilling interactive zone, where the kids can explore the UN's Sustainable Development Goals in a fun, creative way. Test your knowledge, get the chance to win prizes and giveaways from our amazing sponsors, photo ops with the Spellbound hosts, and much more. The Spellbound Caravan is brought to you by the Ministry of Planning, Economic Affairs and Development, Cricks, Vital Supplies, and Candyland.
80 schools across Trinidad and Tobago have been flagged for police intervention.
That's right. President of the Trinidad and Tobago Unified Teachers Association, Martin Lumpkin, shared this information just hours after senior officials from the Police Service and Education Ministry convened to discuss the logistics of deploying officers potentially armed on school premises. Now, Lumpkin says he was informed by the ministry that police will be deployed at 60 secondary and 20 primary schools. Last month, Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar said police will be placed in schools for the new school term to address school violence. And while Teacher was not invited to this morning's meeting between police and ministry officials, Lumpkin says the 80 schools are deemed high risk.
I would have been in discussion with the Honorable Minister. He did identify 80 schools, 16 secondary, 20 primary. I am trying to recall if it was in relation to those schools that are deemed high risk and heavily influenced by violence and indiscipline. I know we also spoke about schools that needed targeted intervention.
Deputy Commissioner of Police Junior Benjamin led the police delegation who met with Education Ministry officials this morning. He said the suggestion of armed officers at the schools is yet to be determined. Prior to that meeting, Benjamin told CNC3 News the suggestion of armed police at schools was made during a pre-meeting discussion with police officers.
Well, the officers, we're going to ensure that our officers, again, have all the necessary tools that are necessary for them to be able to do their jobs. Whether lethal or non-lethal, we are going to put the necessary things in place. Again, we continue to look at best practice, and as we continue to look at best practice, we're going to let that lead the way.
Benjamin says at least 95 Special Reserve police officers were trained to be deployed at schools.
And President of the Secondary Schools Parent Support Group, Rachel Ramsamud, is commending Education Minister Dr. Michael Dowlett for engaging school officials in dialogue, but believes the ministry must provide more specifics on its plans.
Yesterday, Dr. Dowlett and senior ministry officials met with 125 secondary school principals and 18 school supervisor threes to present the ministry's strategic vision and gather feedback. Priority initiatives discussed included universal student screening and development tracking, increased parental engagement, indiscipline management, and the rollout of digitally enhanced AI-generated textbooks. Ramsamud says while the textbook policy is commendable, it overlooks a major issue as many students still do not have access to devices. The parent said she would like to hear more on support for special needs students and school violence.
Health Minister Dr. Lakram Bodo says the independent panel reviewing the death of 6-year-old Josha Francois has been given a 1-week extension. The report is now due on August 25th. The panel is reviewing patient notes from Southwest Regional Health Authority facilities, interviewing staff, and meeting with the Francois family following Josha's funeral. Josha died on August 7th after being admitted to the San Fernando Teaching Hospital for a dry cough. 2 autopsies have been performed, one by a private pathologist hired by his family. The 4-member panel was given a mandate to determine if the proper standard of care and professional responsibilities were upheld during the child's hospitalization.
Mere days after Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar called on the management of Caribbean Airlines to turn the company around, one of the company's executives has been suspended. CNC3 News understands Chief Financial Officer Varuna Kuwar Singh was sent on leave a few days ago. Kuwar Singh worked in both Canada and TNT before taking up the Chief Financial Officer position. Meanwhile, despite social media rumors of several workers in CAL's financial department being fired, The Aviation, Communication and Allied Workers Union says none of their members have reported such. On August 14th, both ACAWU and TALPA wrote to the Prime Minister asking for clarification on the future of CAL over concerns of job security. ACAWU tells CNC3 News it is still waiting for a meeting with Mrs. Prasad Bissessa. CNC3 News reached out to CAL's line minister, Dave Tanku, but he redirected our questions to CAL, saying that he does not get involved in the day-to-day or administrative operations of the airline. We also reached out to CAL's chairman, Reina Kaulesa, and we await a response. Well, Trinidad and Tobago could shed its EU tax haven label as early as February 2026 after meeting key international tax transparency standards.
The country previously implemented measures under the Mutual Administrative Assistance in Tax Matters Act 2020, joined the OECD Multilateral Convention earlier this year, and passed orders activating automatic exchange of financial information and country-by-country reporting for multinationals. The OECD has rated TNT largely compliant on exchange of information, and 2 peer reviews later this year could see full EU delisting. Finance Minister Devendranath Tanku says delisting would restore access to European Investment Bank and fund financing, lower borrowing costs, and open new avenues for climate and sustainability projects. Former Finance Minister Com Imbut noted that much of the groundwork, including signing the multilateral convention and agreements in 2024, had already been completed, with the current administration taking the final steps.
A report on the UK's carbon border adjustment mechanism is advising adjustments that could minimize negative impacts on TNT's exports to the UK.
As it stands, exports from this country to the UK could become more costly when the UK adopts the measures. Peter Christopher tells us more in tonight's Business Watch.
The report, entitled UK Carbon Border Adjustment Mechanism Implications to Trinidad and Tobago, highlights that Trinidad and Tobago's export profile features several items including iron and steel, fertilizers and inorganic chemicals, which fall under the scope of the UK's mechanism, given the carbon emissions related to those industries.
This mechanism is designed to ensure that our climate goals are reflected in the way we trade, by aligning carbon costs across borders and preventing carbon leakage. It's a step towards a more sustainable global economy.
One of the authors of the report, Dr. Priya Mohan, notes the United Kingdom CBAM differs from the European Union CBAM, which is already in effect, in terms of product scope and carbon content calculation.
We're going to face increased costs from both CBAMs. So our imports are going to be more costly as we export to the UK and the EU based on the carbon content of our products. It's going to affect the tax that we pay, so our exports are going to be more expensive.
Apart from the increased export costs, Trinidad and Tobago can incur administrative costs in relation to the reporting of emissions, which is mandatory under the British CBAM. Funding for the report was provided by the British High Commission in a bid to minimize the impact of the pending policy. The inaugural Ocado Distributor Conference kicked off with a cocktail hour at the Salmon Estate, Sinclair, on Wednesday. The event, which features 30 of the group's distribution partners from 13 countries, was paid a courtesy visit by Trade Minister Satyakama Maharaj, who spoke briefly on the impact and importance of Ocado's continued growth and success.
You are backbone, one of the backbones of the business economy of this country, and we're seeking ways to facilitate the expansion, the economic transformation of the country in oil and gas. And I'm looking forward to future partnerships with you.
Ocado is a group of consumer product companies under the Agostini Group, with a presence across many regional markets in the Caribbean. And now for a look at today's energy and foreign exchange prices. Peter Christopher, CNT3 Business Watch.
Still to come in the news, A battle is brewing between fishermen and a party boat operator over use of the San Fernando jetty.
We had a mostly hot, sunny and hazy day with some isolated showers, one or two of them becoming moderate to heavy at times over Trinidad, but they passed through pretty quickly. The Saharan dust was present again today, but that's about to change as tomorrow is shaping up to be a relatively wet day. I'll have the details coming up just after the break.
Shop Southern Food Basket Anniversary Specials. Orchard 250 ml assorted, 5 for $19.95. Chubby 3 cases for $110. Happy Pasta Cuts 300 grams, 5 for $19.95. Easy Wrap Foil 25 feet, 2 for $19.95. Swiss Pouch Ketchup 750 ml, 2 for $19.95. With every $300 you spend at any Southern Food Basket, you can qualify to win a brand new Suzuki Grand Vitara. Much more prizes to be won, including Caribbean getaways, staycations, and shopping sprees.
This is a serious problem in Trinidad. What is diabetes?
There are two forms. Diabetes type 1, when your body stops producing insulin. Type 2 diabetes is a result of poor lifestyle. Type 2 diabetes is associated with being overweight, having high blood pressure, at higher risk for heart disease. It is a very serious problem.
Do not wait until it's too late. Let Omega XL be the first step in the right direction.
Get your Omega XL today. Live long, stay strong with Omega XL.
Food Basket Marketplace is celebrating our 34th anniversary for the month of August, and you're invited. Enjoy massive deals like minced beef, 5 pounds and $99. Cow heel, 5 pounds at $79.95. Nestle cream milk, 4 for $54.95. Crown, 8 kilograms rice, $69.99. Come and shop to win one of our 34 shopping sprees. Big giveaways and free hampers to be won. Shop, save, and celebrate only at Food Basket Marketplace, Orima, Shagwana, Shafle, and Gulfview. Food Basket, where shopping is a pleasure and the price is right.
New Superstay Teddy Tent from Maybelline, New York. Blurred mats, no transfer. Up to 12-hour wear and a plush feel. New Superstay Teddy Tent, Maybelline, New York.
This Java bring the whole family to La Vega Estate, Trinidad's #1 family-friendly destination. Open daily, including weekends and public holidays. La Vega is more than Trinidad's leading garden center. It's packed with fun for everyone. New this season, thrilling ATV tours for the adventure seekers. Plus 2 large pools, fishing, nature trails, playgrounds, and more. Camp under the night sky. Make a booking for an unforgettable family getaway. Call or WhatsApp 714-5969 to plan your next adventure today.
Shop Southern Food Basket Anniversary Specials. Chicken breast tenders, 5 pounds for $149.95. Chicken wings, 1 kg, $34.95. Goat stew, 4 pounds for $100. Grill Master, 2 pounds, 2 for $99. Rich Port vegetable oil, 900 ml, 2 for $19.95. Perdix nuggets, 300 grams, $19.95. With every $300 you spend at any Southern Food Basket, you can qualify to win a brand new Suzuki Grand Vitara. Much more prizes to be won, including Caribbean getaways, staycations, and shopping sprees.
Hello, Trinidad and Tobago. Have you noticed the XL products at your local pharmacy? Endorsed by cricket star Andre Russell and many more, these supplements represent the pinnacle of natural health solutions, trusted for their efficacy and purity.
Welcome back. 2 days after a horrific crash on the Sir Solomon Hochoy Highway, PTSC driver Munsav Khan was remembered not just for his service, but for his kindness and warm smile.
He was laid to rest at the Avocat Ashja Masjid in Faizabad today. Dozens of colleagues, family and friends gathered to say farewell to the man they knew as Batman. Prayers filled the masjid as mourners reflected on his sudden passing. The accident also claimed the life of passenger Roxanne Phillip, leaving both families in mourning.
He always endeavored for excellence in the manner in which he provided services to the traveling community on behalf of the PTSC. Munsaf was a friendly soul and truly a warm-hearted person, always smiling and greeting everyone he encountered during his tour of duty.
McCann's family was told their grief is shared by the PTSC community.
His memory, they said, will live on in the service he gave to his country. Police are probing the murder of a 46-year-old penal businessman who was shot dead inside his shop last evening.
Investigators say around 9:20 p.m., Kevin Ryan had just returned to his shop on Penal Rock Road when a gunman dressed in an orange coverall and ski mask stormed inside. He pointed a firearm at Ryan and fired one shot to his chest.
Ryan ran into the kitchen but collapsed and died, and the shooter escaped on foot. In another killing just miles away, a 45-year-old Pleasantville man was gunned down while liming at a market shed.
Damien Pear was with a group at Blitz Avenue, Pleasantville Terrace at around 8:40 last night when a man walked up and opened fire. Pear was shot several times to the neck and chest. Friends rushed him to hospital, but he was pronounced dead at 9:20 p.m.
Crime scene investigators recovered 6 spent 9mm shells. No motive has yet been established in either killing, but inquiries are continuing.
Well, at the San Fernando Fishing Center, frustration is mounting among fishermen who say their facility has been hijacked.
President of the San Fernando Fishing Cooperative, Bobby Suglalsing, says a privately owned party boat has been moored at the government jetty for over a month now. He insists the area was built for fishing vessels, not private entertainment. Fisher folks say they are being denied mooring space while partygoers consume alcohol just steps away from fuel storage. They want Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar to rein in Agriculture Minister Ravi Ratiram, who they believe played a role in granting access to the vessel.
When I asked them to move the vehicle now, they said that they don't have permission from the boss, so they could park up anywhere on the jetty. So they just block up everything. I had to wait until now and actually beg somebody to move the vehicle for me to pass out my gas and everything from the boat. And which I find was unfair. So they actually accommodate the whole jetty. And you can't move, you can't do nothing. You just have to sit down and wait.
Veteran fisherman Randall Jagan is not alone. Vice President of the cooperative Clinton Lochan says fishermen have reported bullying, delays and even fights among the party boat patrons. He believes the operators are being protected even after security agencies once tried to remove the vessel. While Ratiram is yet to respond to the fishermen's concerns, they want answers from the Prime Minister herself.
In my opinion, if the minister allowed this to happen without the Prime Minister doing anything, but then you need to be replaced. Because how you could put a party boat in the middle of a fishing facility here? I come into Gwynny Sea and I see party goers and I ask excuse when I pass on my bag of ice. What do they want to do now? That's the point we're trying to make too.
With over 100 fishing vessels depending on the facility, fishermen say their livelihoods are now competing with nightlife.
They want the Prime Minister to intervene before tensions boil over at King's Wharf. Her efforts to reach Minister Ratiram were unsuccessful.
Well, Jean-Marc, they say rain only stops cricket. We know that we're in CPL, but there's also a big tournament taking place tomorrow, one that you're expected to feature in.
That's correct.
Is your display going to be rained off?
We are expecting a relatively wet day tomorrow. However, the models show that it should ease up just around mid-afternoon, which will be just in time for the cricket. So I'll make sure to put in a good word.
No doubt from you, eh?
All right, let's check in on the satellite. I'm tracking 2 tropical waves of interest, one to our northeast, which is expected to give us the rainfall tomorrow. The National Hurricane Center has given it a 70% chance of development over the next 7 days, most likely developing just after it passes the northern Leeward Islands, following Erin all the way out into the North Atlantic. The wave that's to our east only has a 40% chance of development, but looks like it will pack quite a punch by the time it gets here early next week. Now, taking a closer look at the region, thousands of lightning strikes from that wave to the northeast of the Lesser Antilles, but don't worry, that particular area of weather is not going to affect us. A bit over to the south, we have some isolated thunderstorms, especially near Barbados as well. Also, moving on to our forecast for tonight, we can expect initially fair conditions with just a few showers developing after midnight. There's a low chance that 1 or 2 of these showers can develop into heavy showers or thunderstorms, especially just before sunrise. Overnight lows of 25 in Trinidad and 27 in Tobago can be expected. Now tomorrow, those early morning showers are expected to continue, so we'll have a relatively wet day. The showers and isolated thunderstorms should be scattered across the morning and lasting until the early to mid-afternoon. These showers are expected to move in from the southeast, and remember, street or flash flooding is possible in the event of a heavy downpour, particularly in the urban areas. Now after those showers, conditions should become generally settled by the evening. Sea conditions have increased a bit, now moderate, with waves up to 2 meters in open waters and less than 1 meter in sheltered areas. Winds are expected to be out of the southeast at about 10 to 15 knots, occasionally gusting to 25 near those heavier showers. Looking ahead, relatively wet days tomorrow and Saturday with scattered thunderstorms on both days. Some slight improvement on Sunday with a bit more sunshine, but still just a low chance of an isolated thunderstorm. Then the next tropical wave is expected to pass over us between Monday and Tuesday, giving us some wet conditions again. Now checking in on Erin, she's still a Category 2, not expected to make landfall, but it is kicking up the seas in the North Atlantic. This ferry boat was coming in from Block Island in the state of Rhode Island and was seen rocking as Hurricane Erin's swells impacted the area today. This was possibly one of the last ferries in the area before conditions deteriorated even further.
Whoa.
I can tell you guys that I would not have liked to have been on that boat.
Oh my goodness, that is quite vigorous. Hopefully everyone was safe and there are no reported injuries or any deaths coming out of Hurricane Erin. Thank you so much, Jean-Marc. Well, still to come in the news, around West farmers want government to consider their needs in the proposed Stand Your Ground legislation.
What should your parents use to fight inflammation?
Omega XL.
What do you think I should take, babe?
My mommy and daddy should use Omega XL to fight inflammation.
Presenting the most modern pharmaceutical facility in the country, Food Basket Hyperfarm Pharmacy Food Basket Complex, Arima. We stock the widest range of health and beauty products, baby supplies, stationery, fragrances, and cosmetics. Our organic, sugar, and gluten-free products cater to vegans and the health conscious. A wide assortment of dispensary medication and over-the-counter items at the most affordable prices. Make Hyperfarm Pharmacy your choice. Located on the compound of Food Basket Complex, Arima.
You can make your goals unfold, go get it. You can live your dream, join the team, let's do this. You can get the help you need to succeed with Rand Credit Union. You can believe that you can achieve big goals, small ones too. Rand Credit Union, we've got you. No more waiting, that won't do. Make someday today. One life, so make it good. Live the way you know you should. With Rand Credit Union, yes you could. Make someday today.
Live your best life today with Rand Credit Union.
Get the best in affordable eyewear. Frames with blue filter lenses and eye exam, $399. Single vision lenses with transitions on designer frames, $799. Progressive transitions with designer frames, $1,399. Happening only at Seaview Optical. Affordable eye care for everyone.
Get it all at Southern Food Basket. Southern Food Basket. Quality food to fill you.
Hey, pretty lady. I see you looking for some hot sauce. Boy, move it. I have a man. See you. So you don't want no mother-in-law?
Attention valued shoppers, we are thrilled to celebrate 34 amazing years with you, our loyal customers. A huge congratulations to all our winners.
Hey, don't make joke. I know we're not shopping spree.
What snacks we buying, mommy?
Look, boy, come on, eh? Well, look how I just win a Caribbean getaway now. Rock back. Girl, I know we're not shopping spree, eh? Well, come on, help me now. You don't have a man? Later. Nah.
It's Southern Food Basket's 34th anniversary extravaganza from July 1st to August 31st. Shop and enter for a chance to win incredible prizes, Caribbean getaways, staycations, shopping spree, and the ultimate grand prize of a brand new Suzuki Grand Vitara.
Feeling off balance?
Your body might be missing AMPK. It's your natural reset, regulating how your body stores fat and processes sugar. Berberine Plus activates AMPK, helping your cells use energy better, reduce fat, and keep sugar levels in check. Berberine Plus, now at Pennywise and leading pharmacies nationwide.
Some nights call for more than just a slice. At Rizzoni's, we serve pizza the way it was meant to be. Brick-fired, bold, and brought out fresh, again and again. This is all you can eat, Rizzoni style, where the pizzas come to you. Crisp crusts, rich sauce, melty cheese, every round with new toppings, new flavors, and no limit. Every Friday from 4 p.m. Join us at Movie Town, Fiesta Plaza, Port of Spain, or C3 Movie Town, San Fernando. So go ahead, stay for that next slice. We'll keep them coming.
Shop Southern Food Basket anniversary specials. Russet potatoes 5 pounds for $17.95. Green cabbage $7.95 per pound. Gala apples 10 for $20. Clorox 1 gallon $26.95. Snuggle bathroom tissue 12 pack $19.95. Bright wash laundry detergent 900 grams 2 for $19.95. With every $300 you spend at any Southern Food Basket, you can qualify to win a brand new Suzuki Grand Vitara. Much more prizes to be won, including Caribbean getaways, staycations, and shopping sprees.
A newly formed coalition of farmers in Aranjuez is calling for the intervention of government to assist in protecting them from what they have described as worsening criminal attacks. President of the Aranjuez St. Joseph Farmers Association, Sunil Sukwa, says the continued attacks from criminals are unacceptable. He says part of the association's mandate is to secure the safety of its membership. He laments that while farmers often face serious threats, the penalties are too lenient to deter criminals.
If they were arrested and convicted, their time is 90 to 120 days. So in 4 months, these guys are back out and doing the same thing again and again and again. What we like to see that if a person is a repeat offender, that they are held accountable for their actions. And if it means that we have to extend their term in prison for what they're doing, so be it.
But stiff penalties weren't the only suggestion the group had. As director of the Agricultural Society, Safraz Ali says, consideration should be given to farmers within the proposed Stand Your Ground legislation.
We want the government to consider issuing FULs to farmers, and we would also like for the government, if it is possible, to expand the scope of the Stand Your Ground legislation so that farmers' gardens could be considered as Stand Your Ground also. So
the association is expected to meet with Agriculture, Land and Fisheries Minister Ravi Rathiram next week to discuss these issues, among others.
All right, we'll stand in by with sport is Jovan Ravello. Jovan.
Thanks, Jesse. Coming up in sport, it's East-West versus Defence Force in the North Zone Basketball's over 45 final. And Coco makes last-minute changes ahead of the US Open. Sport is up next.
Shop Southern Food Basket anniversary specials. Orchard 250 ml assorted 5 for $19.95. Chubby 3 cases for $110. Happy Pasta Cuts 300 grams 5 for $19.95. Easy Wrap Foil 25 feet 2 for $19.95. Swiss Pouch Ketchup 750 ml 2 for $19.95. With every $300 you spend at any Southern Food Basket, you can qualify to win a brand new Suzuki Grand Vitara. Much more prizes to be won, including Caribbean getaways, staycations, and shopping sprees.
Welcome to Holiday Inn Express and Suites.
Do enjoy status.
Hi.
You want some coffee?
Can I have the bill?
Perfect, sir.
That's exactly what we need.
Hi, who is this way?
Whatever you're here for, we're here for you. Stay smart at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites.
Shop Southern Food Basket anniversary specials. Chicken breast tenders 5 pounds for $149.95. Chicken wings 1 kg at $34.95. Goat stew 4 pounds for $100. Grill Master 2 pounds 2 for $99. Rich Port vegetable oil 900 ml 2 for $19.95. Perdix nuggets 300 grams $19.95. With every $300 you spend at any Southern Food Basket, you can qualify to win a brand new Suzuki Grand Vitara. Much more prizes to be won, including Caribbean getaways, staycations, and shopping sprees.
Plumbing problems? Don't guess. Call Plumbing Solutions at 628-4646. Proud to be serving Trinidad and Tobago for over 20 years. We do it all. Maintenance and repairs, new construction, sewer lines, inspection, drain cleaning, leak detection. We are licensed and insured. So call Plumbing Solutions at 628-4646.
Established in 1984, Telecom Security Services is the best in cash in transit with our armored vehicles with impeccable record. Featuring 24 hour surveillance to protect our clients' valuables. This is asset security that's equipped and efficient. From a modern head office, we deliver quality and trust, mitigating risk. Operation excellence with highly trained and dedicated staff. The best cost-driven security solution. Telecom Security Services.
Welcome back. It's time for sport. The Antigua-Barbuda Falcons continued their dominance over the Trinbago Knight Riders with an 8-run win over TKR last evening in the CPL. Here's Ian Wason with more.
In an effort to beat the Antigua-Barbuda Falcons for the first time, TKR sent the home team to bat first. Akil Hussain got the wicket of Rakeem Cornwall for 9, just a couple meters short on the hit. The informed Karim Ogo made 10 before he was bowled by Nathan Edward. TKR chipped away at the wickets and Joel Andrew was next out for 22. Nathan Edward had 2 for 56. And the wicket of Bevan Jacobs, who was the second of Usman Tariq's 2 wickets, left the home team on 60 for 2 at the midpoint of their innings. It took a 69-run partnership between captain Imad Wazim and Fabian Allen to rescue the flagging Falcons. The pair conspired to repair the innings with some choice shots. Allen hit 3 4s and 3 6s for his 45. And Wazim hit 2 6s in his unbeaten 38 as the Falcons reached 167 for 6 from their 20. Requiring 169 to win, TKR had a good start of 49 in the 5th over. But they lost Alex Hales for 5. Obed McCoy the bowler. 2 balls later, the real McCoy struck again to win the over and the visitors still in control of their fate. But then this happened. Puran losing focus. Rakeem Cornwall had his man 68 for 3. Darren Bravo made just 2 before he got his marching orders. Casey Carty made a decent 38 in his knock, the West Indies batsman extending his good run of form. But then he was wicket number 5 with 103 runs on the board. McCoy finished with 4 for 39. TKR fell into a hole and needed 38 runs to win in the last 2 overs. That's when Kyron Pollard went into 6th gear. He brought TKR back into reach of the total, needing 14 to win in the last over. But Shamar Springer bowled a beautiful last over, conceding only 5 runs to restrict TKR to 159 for 6, and deny the Knight Riders a first ever win over the Falcons. Ian Wason, CNC3 Sport.
In some better news, TNT's under-17 cricketers registered their first win of the Rising Stars under-17 tournament today over Jamaica at the National Cricket Centre. Resuming on 163 for 6, the home team made 233 all-out in 57.3 overs before bowling Jamaica out for 122 in their second innings. Needing just 32 to win, the home team reached 34 without loss in 7.2 overs to win by 10 wickets. The Leewards also secured an 8-wicket win over Guyana. Barbados scored a 10-wicket win over the Windwards. Last night, TNT's Central FC opened their CONCACAF Caribbean Cup campaign in the Dominican Republic against the host OMFC. The Sharks in red had numerous chances in the first half to take the lead, but failed to do so. They were made to pay in the 69th when Julian Mantarello beat the offside trap and put OM in the lead. In the 83rd minute, it was a done deal when Anielo Gomez had this brilliant finish. 2-0 in the final, 3 points to Omas, Central FC starting with a defeat. This country's senior women footballers have been drawn in Group F of the CONCACAF W World Cup qualifiers. TNT is drawn with El Salvador, Honduras and neighbours Barbados. 29 teams from throughout the Confederation will vie for 6 places in the CONCACAF W Championship alongside the United States and Canada. The knockout final round will automatically qualify 4 winners. The other 4 will progress to the play-in. The winning 2 will play for a FIFA Women's World Cup Intercontinental playoff place. Now, Trinidad and Tobago's women's 4x100 meters teams produced a silver medal performance at the 2025 Pan American Games in Asunción, Paraguay, just a short while ago, and here's Caston Cupid with the highlights.
Running in lane 2, Trinidad and Tobago's quartet of Alexi Henry, women's 100-meter gold medalist Shanika Bascom, Sierra Joseph and Janae Gans competed in the women's 4x100-meter relay finals. Jamaica took gold in a games record of 43.51, with TNT second in 43.89, while Colombia took bronze in 44.01 seconds. Early in the afternoon, Kenesha Shelbourne in the women's triple jump had a best leap of 13.18 meters to finish 5th. Last evening, Trinidad and Tobago's Jaden Marchand collected his well-deserved silver medal, this country's 10th at Asunción 2025, after a stellar 45.80 seconds run in the men's 400-meter final. Jamaica's Jashona Dennis took gold in 45.56, with Brazil's Vinicius Galino cupping the bronze. Before TNT got its second medal of the championships, our tennis stars were aiming to go deep in the competition, but they fell to Ecuador 3-1. Chloe Frazier got TNT's lone win when she defeated Kemia Asondia 3-1. After that, the Ecuadorians were ruthless, with 2 singles victories, along with a doubles win when Fraser and Jordan Tong teamed up. In the women's individual triathlon, TNT's lone multisport athlete in Paraguay, Kayara Ranki, finished down the line in 26th position, recording a time of 1 hour, 12 minutes and 58 seconds. Our lone golfer, Jersim Budram, failed to make the cut. He finished 30th with a total of 83.11 over par. Caston Cupid, CNC3 Sport.
East-West vets and Defence Force veterans will face off in the over 45 division finals of the Kelvin Roberts North Zone Basketball League. This after closing out their best-of-3 series at the Woodbrook Youth Facility last evening.
Shaka Brewster started things off with the game's first basket to send the East-West Vets on their way at the Woodbrook Youth Facility after they won Game 1 in the best-of-3 series. But it was Curvis King who led all scorers with 15 points, banking in 2 off the glass. He was supported by Dexter Moraine, who chipped in with 10. But the Sweaters had some good moments, Nigel Fletcher forcing his way to 2 in the paint. Moraine showed his ability from beyond the arc in the fourth quarter as they pressed for a lead after trailing 48-43 after the third. They added more resolute defense, with Kevin Sunich fighting for the cause to hold the Sweaters to just 5 points in the period. Moraine showed he could also pick a pass, turning provider for Edward Bernard. And King ensured the East-West did not need a Game 3, a 57-53 come-from-behind win. They'll meet Defence Force, who earlier in the evening beat Detour Shakatak 65-56 to also clinch their series in 2 games and book a ticket to the title series. Ian Wason, CNC3 Sport.
Internationally, Chavez Jr. is down for the count. Coco makes changes, and the Prem sets a new record. Boxer Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. has been deported to his native Mexico, where he's wanted for alleged cartel ties. The 39-year-old had a warrant out for his arrest in Mexico for arms and drugs trafficking and connections to the Sinaloa cartel. Chavez was arrested by ICE in early July for overstaying his visa and lying on a green card application. Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum confirmed the news at a daily press conference. Chavez is being held at a prison in Sonora. In tennis, Coco Gauff has replaced coach Matthew Daly with a biomechanics specialist before the start of the 2025 US Open. While the change has not been officially announced, Gauff is expected to remain under longtime coach Christophe Forel and add Gavin McMillan to her sideline team. The world number 3 spent her training sessions this week with her new team, paying attention to her serve and forehand. She enters the women's singles draw on Sunday. And the Premier League's 20 teams have broken a 2-year record for summer transfer window spending with Leeds' acquisition of AC Milan striker Noah Okafor. The Swiss international moves to the recently promoted Yorkshire team for a fee reported to be around £18 million, taking Premier League spending to £2.37 billion in the off-season. The previous highest outlay was $2.36 billion in 2023. However, with several deals still in progress, the Prem appears set to push the mark even further in the 2025-2026 season. And for Sport High tonight, we return to some Caribbean football. Enjoy.
It's a goal Central FC players and fans won't want to see again, but it really was a work of art. Look how Anelio Gomez nutmegged Malik Mirez. Then he tucked it far away from Jabari Bryce in goal. Yes, what a beautiful passage of play. So Mr. Gomez, for that brilliant skill and that lovely goal, you earn tonight's CNC 3 Sport High.
And guys, as we count down to Trinidad and Tobago's 63rd anniversary of independence, we recount sporting moments that have put our twin island state on the international sporting map.
I can do it. Others can do it too.
Food Basket Marketplace is celebrating our 34th anniversary for the month of August, and you're invited. Massive deals like big deal peas and carrots, big deal kidney beans, buy 3 tins, get 1 free. Port Royal oil, 900 ml, buy 3, get 1 free. Buy 12 packs of toilet paper and get a pack of napkins free. Come and shop to win in one of our 34 shopping sprees. Big giveaways and free hampers to be won. Only at Food Basket Marketplace, Orima, Chaguanas, Shop Flair, and Goldfield. Food Basket, where shopping is a pleasure and the price is right. Food Basket, the nation's #1 supermarket.
Do you suffer from pain in your back, knees, or joints and need effective pain relief? Get your life back with Omega XL, a natural, safe, anti-inflammatory supplement. This small soft gel has up to 22 times more omega-3 free fatty acids than fish oil and is backed by 30 years of clinical research.
I can just tell you from my experiences, there's nothing like this Omega XL.
Live the life you deserve and get the relief you need. Get Omega XL now at your local pharmacy.
Big ambition starts with clear vision. This back to learning season, Herrera Optical has eyewear packages for every learner. For kids 15 years and under, get a free frame with lenses starting at just $495. Scholars, it's time to level up your look with frame plus lenses from $750. Lifelong learners, purchase any frame $1,099 plus and unlock up to 30% off premium lenses like Eisen, Varilux, and Transitions in 8 bold colors. And don't miss your chance to win a $1,500 learning supply voucher or transition lenses when you purchase any eyewear package. Herrera Optical, big ambition, clear vision. Visit us in store today. This promotion is NOCB approved.
Shop Southern Food Basket anniversary specials. Rosette potatoes 5 pounds for $17.95. Green cabbage $7.95 per pound. Gala apples 10 for $20. Clorox 1 gallon $26.95. Snuggle bathroom tissue 12 pack $19.95. Bright wash laundry detergent 900 grams 2 for $19.95. With every $300 you spend at any Southern Food Basket, you can qualify to win a brand new Suzuki Grand Vitara. Much more prizes to be won, including Caribbean getaways, staycations, and shopping sprees.
Dress like you mean business. At The Working Woman, we bring you stylish, professional looks made for the modern woman. From casual to formal workwear, we've got your professional wardrobe covered.
With Alive multivitamins by Nature's Way, you won't be defined by time. You'll own every minute of it. Discover how you can age vibrantly with Alive.
Shop Southern Food Basket Anniversary Specials. Orchard 250 ml assorted, 5 for $19.95. Chubby 3 cases for $110. Happy Pasta Cuts 300 grams, 5 for $19.95. Easy Wrap Foil 25 feet, 2 for $19.95. Swiss Pouch Ketchup 750 ml, 2 for $19.95. With every $300 you spend at any Southern Food Basket, you can qualify to win a brand new Suzuki Grand Vitara. Much more prizes to be won, including Caribbean getaways, staycations, and shopping sprees.
Welcome back. A Roman Catholic priest collapsed and died during Mass earlier today.
Monsignor Kenneth Spence, who had 41 years of service, fell down during worship at St. Teresa's RC Church in Woodbrook. He was rushed to the St. Clair Medical Center but died moments later. Spence, who was the priest of Monrepo RC Church, started his career in June of 1984 and served in several parishes across the Archdiocese in Port of Spain and Scarborough. Tonight, parishioners prayed for the repose of his soul at the Christ the King RC Church, followed by a Holy Mass. Internationally, Hurricane Erin continues tracking north and throughout the day has pounded beaches along the east coast of the U.S.
While Erin is not expected to make landfall, a myriad of marine warnings from the National Weather Service stretch almost the entire coast from Florida to Maine.
Here's the latest on Erin's trajectory and what the next several hours hold for millions of Americans.
North Carolina's Outer Banks bearing the brunt of Hurricane Erin's worst impact on U.S. soil. NC-12, the main road along the Outer Banks, covered in sand, water, and debris, making it impossible to pass.
People need to stay off the roads and give our NCDOT pros the time to take care of the road, and hopefully we'll get it open as quickly as possible, but we're not out of it yet. Got another high tide coming this evening.
Dozens of rip current rescues have been conducted this week in North Carolina alone.
No one should be in the ocean.
But those pleas from officials aren't stopping everyone.
The flooding is crazy. I'm about to try to skimboard and use my shirt as a kite and see if it works.
As Erin moves farther north, the hurricane will ramp up coastal flooding risks for other parts of the mid-Atlantic as well as the Northeast by driving water levels higher than they should be, especially at high tide.
Even though it's going to be hundreds of miles away, we're going to see a lot of water pushed our way.
EarthCam shows heavy rain in Seaside Heights, New Jersey, where moderate coastal flooding is possible through Friday, while southern parts of the state and southern Delaware could experience major coastal flooding, according to the National Weather Service. Until Erin eventually makes its way out to the middle of the Atlantic, the rip current risk will remain high going into tomorrow for most of the East Coast, and an elevated risk of these life-threatening conditions will likely stick around through the weekend. In Atlanta, I'm Ivan Rodriguez.
It's time to recap our headlines. Cedros residents concerned about impending arrival of U.S. warships to Venezuela.
CAL's chief financial officer suspended days after Prime Minister's call for urgent reform. Unions demand clarity on airlines' future.
In sport, Falcons snatch 8-wicket win from Trinbago Knight Riders in North Sound.
And in the weather for tomorrow, a tropical wave is expected to bring showers and isolated thunderstorms.
As we leave you, let's remind you to stay connected with us on our social media platforms.
There you'll find tonight's stories, the latest updates and exclusive content, and don't forget to pick up a copy of The Guardian newspaper.
Well, as we leave you, the sweet rhythms of the steel pan reverberated through the streets of Port of Spain yesterday.
In celebration of Steel Pan Month, Pan Trinbago held its yearly Pan and Powder Parade with steel bands from all over the country, beginning with the procession at City Hall and culminating at Queen's Park, Savannah.
Let's bring you a snippet of the performances.
You're watching CNC3.